My name is Elijah Miller. I'm with my roommate JP. He's going to ask me a couple questions about his interests in type 2 diabetes. So let's go ahead and get started.
What is type 2 diabetes?
Good question. Type 2 diabetes starts off with the common people who do have type 2 diabetes could be both obese or they could be petite. When they're obese and they have type 2 diabetes, is because the high excess fat from their body stops the production of insulin, breaking down the carbs truly. And then when they're petite, it's usually because poor dieting and poor physical activity outside their life. But the main logistics of it is that regardless of both, that when we eat carbs or sugars and we eat them down, and what happens, the glucose, the carbs from the glucose goes in the bloodstream. The pancreas produces insulin that goes into the bloodstream. Now the thing is, the glucose wants to go to your muscles, but in order to go to your muscles, it has to go to your muscle cells. But before that happens, the insulin needs to come to the muscle cells and open it like a door. So it's like a key in the door, and he has to open it. And then the glucose comes into the cells, and the cells transport to the muscles, giving us energy. That's why athletes carb load before they go before a meet or whatever they may have to do. But when it comes to insulin resistance, which is main cause is high fat, and then high fat is when it comes in with excess of fat, it breaks down the process of the muscle cell reaction. So basically what it is that sometimes the insulin fits in the key hole, but it can't turn it. So what that is that your muscle cells are really unsensitive to insulin, so it's not letting it come through. So what happens is so much glucose is being piled up, and then from it being piled up, it can go in, which increases high blood sugar.
What are the signs and symptoms?
Basic signs and symptoms are weight loss or weight gain, more on weight loss. Constant thirst, like no amount of water could satisfy your thirst. That leads into dry mouth, and that also leads to um, urination, like constant urination from all the drinking. So why always urinating, drinking is because there's so much, your blood sugar is so high that your body doesn't know what to do with the glucose. So what happens is your body's trying to flush it out any way it can. So mainly it's your urine. You might feel it in your breath too. So if your urine or your breath smell fruity, it's because there's sugar in it.
What? How does the blood sugar work? Like, what is it? Low or high blood sugar?
Type 2 typically suffers from high blood sugar. And that's basically with the whole insulin resistance from earlier. And a lot of the time, sometimes it's partial insulin resistance. So sometimes some insulin fits in the key and then churns and opens glucose, but it's not enough insulin for all the glucose to go through. So at the end of the day, there still is too much glucose, which raises the high blood sugar. Low blood sugar does occur, but it's mainly in type 1 diabetics. But yeah,
Interesting. Thank you.
thank you.